Welcome to Brainsdale Castle. Today, you and I, we're gonna go on for one magical adventure where we'll explore all the secrets that this castle holds. And trust me, it holds many, many secrets. Now, isn't it beautiful? Now, some of you may know this was built way back in 3045, and it's still standing to this very day, miraculously enough. However, whenever it rains, it pours and it floods. As you can see, there's no way to get across except to swim. But don't you worry, that's just what I'm gonna do for you lot back at home. Come on. You may be wondering why Bogwart's castle looks a bit run down and shit. Well, not shit, but it's seen better days. Well, you see, Ragnar Lothbrok came here back in '02, and him and his 20 people, men. They came here, stormed this bridge, like that, and as you can imagine, all of them were really, really frightened. They were seeing these giants, these tanks of beasts of men charging at their gates, berserkers. They ran through this. This used to be a big house. They didn't smash it down with a log or a thing. No, they fucking ran right through it. Tore it to blithereens. This is my pal Pato. Pato, say hello. Right now, as you can tell, I am sitting in King Arthur's great wooden throne. This was his Queen's Lady Margaret's throne. Now, the tales this throne has seen, the many, many games that have been played by people, the game of the wooden throne. That bit there used to be the dungeons of the castle. And, oh no! What do we have here? Standing. Person gate. Yeah. Well, I don't think anyone can understand that gibberish, can you? Here used to be, George's wardrobe. How about that? Now, this used to be like the pirate plank area, you know, so whenever you really, really annoyed them, they didn't have like a sky hole thing, you know, where they could drop people down and stuff. No, they had this, where they just, and then the little fishies just ate them all up. Many, many people were thrown overboard. Not one of them came back up. Now, you may always have asked yourself, why do castle steps, why are they so, like, narrow and impossible to climb? That's because back in the olden days, people had like little hands for feet, and they could just grab on and like climb up like monkeys. Sadly, We've got big feet today, and it's a lot harder. Here, I don't know what this is. This could be any room, to be honest. Ah, this is truly sacred ground we're stepping on. R.L. Stwulem, he was the builder of this great place. He was the one that dreamt this beautiful castle up and built it with his own 2 hands, by himself. This wall here, he built it from scratch. He layered over 12 bricks to make this wall. I know, I've counted them all. Back up the stairs. Oh dear. Oh dear. We made it. So, yes, this was indeed Rapunzel's chamber in her tower. She would throw her hair down there, praying someone would come, but no one ever did. Mainly because, if you look down below, it's just water, so no one could actually reach her hair. So she ended up wasting 25 years of her life doing that before she died. That was where Rapunzel would have her piss and craps. You can still smell a sweet whiff of it today. Oh. Give me some privacy, will ya? This is good. This is good. I wonder if she ever did any quite as big as this on this throne. This used to be Jivey Jones's bedroom. Jivey, or Jivs as some called him, he used to be the most funniest jester in the land. And as we can see, there are still some of his props to this very day. He put this on, and people would roar with laughter just for that. But at the time it was revolutionary stuff. He'd also do some funny paintings. He died here, unfortunately. Yeah, back in 57. You see, every clown is sad on the inside, and Jivey was no different. Nobody took him seriously. Everyone thought he was weird or homosexual. So none of the women wanted him, and he couldn't make many friends. So one day he tied up all of his props together into a long, strong rope. Tied it up there, one end up there, another end round the neck. Then he dived right through that window. But the window was too narrow for him to actually dive it through, so he smashed his skull on impact, and that's how he died. Poor Jivs. Here's where we have the VIP prison cell. All sorts of unspeakable horrors would happen to them. You name it. I don't even want to think about it. They would flail your flesh, skin you alive. I think that's the same thing. They would boil you. That wasn't fun. And then, after that, they would start tickling you, which doesn't sound too bad. But when you're missing skin and being burned, it's not nice at all. In fact, it's one of the worst things ever. It caused many people to wet themselves, as you can see. Back in the day, this used to be an actual pretty big chapel for your tiny people. So, So, it's not that small compared to back then anyway. It's huge. People, the little people, would be like that and pray to their things. And that's how it was done. Someone would be standing there, going on and on and on. And they'd do that for, I don't know, 3 hours, 4 times a week. So, this was a pretty holy, special area. See the water here? This is sacred water, holy water. It is said to cure and to give long life to anyone who should walk in barefoot and then walk back out again, reborn anew and re-energized with life. Doesn't work unless you take off your shoes because the water has to touch your feet, you see. This is the very room that the round table would be in. How about that? Each night would be sat around there and then they'd have their business meetings about who to conquer, who to defend, what they were going to have for dinner. Everything got discussed here. Many, many things. Let's see. Any good stories? No. More of these blimey, gosh darn, tiny step things. We've got this used to be something. It's not that anymore though. This would be the stables where they feed the horses. Of course it was very impractical because they'd have to get the horses up those stairs, so they eventually stopped doing that and started feeding them outside in the courtyard. They would burn everything in there. Logs, women, children, everything. Isn't she beautiful? The homeland of Broomhilda's castle. She's glorious. You can see for about 100 miles from any direction. People back in the olden days, you know, they weren't quite as patient as you and I are today. Probably because they didn't live quite as long, so they had to live life to the max. So, when Gremdale's daughter was born, whoa, was she a screamer. She screamed for non-stop since the moment she was born for 24 days, day and night, 24 hours. Wah, wah, nothing could shut the girl up. Nothing at all. So, Grimdale, he was driven completely mad, bonkers with insomnia and hatred for this little brat. So he walked all the way up here, all the way up those stairs that we just did, carrying this wailing infant. Walked right up to this very spot and said farewell to his daughter. The King's Vineyard. Not really much you can say about wine. Fields, they make wine. It is marvelous up here. Absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. This field, many people have lost their lives defending this castle and trying to storm this castle. Back in, several hundreds of years ago, many moons now, the barbarians were storming up, charged up this hill, and then Arthur's men came charging out, and there was like explosions, cannonballs, tanks, missiles. The whole place was chaos. The whole thing was hell on earth. And legend has it that sometimes, when you're walking around here, if you're very unlucky, you could still get killed by one of the barbarians. Look! There they are! And there you have it. The full history, from start to finish, of the Beulah Castle. Careful. Still wet. And I hope you've enjoyed this thrilling ride we've shared together. And I hope you'll stay in tune for next time. Who knows what we'll be exploring next time, but I'm sure it'll be full of magical wonders. Goodbye, Pato. Fucking stinging nettles.